Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel Tea&Art. I hope you all are well. So let's start today's video. So today I will be making this shaker cup mold, and I have this mold for quite some time now. So I thought, why not try something a bit different? So let's start. So this is a shaker cup, as I explained before. So the cup, this is the mold for the cup, and there is a mold for the lid as well. So what I will be doing here is that I have mixed my epoxy resin and I mixed red pigment in it. So this is really thick now. I left it for quite some time now. So I am making hearts with this epoxy resin. You can make this with UV resin also. So I'm not really good at making the shakers. The liquid inside the shaker charms are always a bit technical issue for me, and I haven't succeeded in making a good shaker charm. And I really respect those who make them so smoothly and they look nothing difficult to do. But for me, it's always a difficult task. So that's why I haven't made anything with this mold before. But this time I will be doing something. So at the moment, I'm just making these hearts. So I will leave these to cure and I will see you next day. So this is the next day and my hearts are cured. Some of the hearts actually got a bit misshaped, so I did remove them. So these were the one that have the perfect shape. After that, it's time to do the second layer. So I have mixed my resin and I have added a little bit of iridescent glitter to the resin here. So I've added the resin, and now with the help of a heat gun, I will be moving it so it goes to all the nook and crannies so that there is no air bubble trapped. So after adding a little bit more resin, I am going to create a effect, just a smoky effect. And for this, I'm using this brown epoxy pigment. So just a drop of it into the resin and that's it. And with the help of a heat gun, I will be just spreading it. At the moment, I am just adding resin to fill up the cup mold. So here I'm using my heat gun and I'm just playing with the epoxy pigment. I just want to keep it into the center. And the resin that I'm using here is by Let's Resin. So after doing the cup, now I will be filling up this top part of the cup that is going to be used later on when we will be putting the lid. So you need a very little resin for this. So it's filled up and a little bit of heat gun, and after that I will leave both of these to cure and I will see you next day. So this is the next day and I'm super excited to demold, so let's see. So this is the cup and this is actually the effect that I wanted to give in the center, a little bit of that brownish. And this is how the hearts look like. And now it's time to demold the top part. So this is the top part and this is how it comes on the top of the cup. So there is another mold that come with this cup and it contains some lemon slices and fake ice cubes and then coffee beans. So I just filled it up and I'm just showing you the colors that I've used. So I've used that alcohol ink and the pink color in the resin. So the top part that I made first, I was not happy about it because I could see a lot of bubbles, so I made it again. So this one turned out to be clear, and plus that one contained glitter and I don't want any glitter on the lid. So this one turned out really lovely, so I'm going to use this one. And now I will be demolding the smaller projects. So this is a flower that I made with the resin clay that I showed you in my previous project. So I made this rose flower. So I will be showing you how I did it. So now I will be demolding. So I just dropped the alcohol ink first, and then I poured the pink color that I showed you. So this is how the lemon slice turn out. I didn't went with the actual color of the lemon. I wanted to create something a bit different this time. So these are the color for my coffee beans. So you just think that this is made out of white chocolate. You can make it in any style you want. I just want them to be a little bit on the cuter side, a little on the kawaii side. So these are the ice cubes. So now I really don't know why these small circular molds are there, but I just made them in the shade golden. Just wanted to make something that looks good to the eye. So now I will be adding all of this into this cup here. And this goes our lemon slice that is not so lemon. And then I will be adding these golden buttons. I don't know, but they look so lovely inside the cup. And then the ice cubes. So this is a sort of a cold coffee. And then these beans. Now, one thing that I was a bit lost about is that I couldn't see a hole in this cup here. Usually the shakers are like that. You do it the top, and then after that there is a hole and you just put your liquid inside into the cup. So here I have put the lid on the top, and I'm just checking that everything is moving. And how I'm going to put the UV resin later on. So it's looking so pretty. I really didn't want to add any water because I had a fear that it might not work. But then this time I'm going to do that. So for this reason, I will be taking the glycerine. So this is the glycerine that I will be using. So it's half and half, half water and half glycerine. And this is the UV resin that I will be using on the edges. So I have already put the UV resin on the edges. And after that I will be adding the water directly into the cup here, because as I explained that there is no hole. Otherwise I would put the water through the hole. But later on it came to my mind that I could drill a hole into the cup after putting the lid. So that was something very late that came to my mind. And I have added the liquid, and I added a little bit of glitter into the liquid, and now I will be putting this lid very carefully. And my fear is that I don't want any air bubbles, but let's see, fingers crossed. So here is the lid, and after putting the lid I will be placing it under the UV lamp. At this point I don't want to move the lid a lot, because I know that if I might introduce a lot of air bubbles if I do that. So it's looking very pretty already. So there is some overflow of water. After cleaning that up, this is going to be under UV lamp. So this will be going under the UV lamp, and I will be curing it for 2 minutes. And now it's cured, and onto the handle of the cup I will be using this gilding glue because I want to decorate it. So here I'm applying the gilding glue onto the handle, and then I will be applying a little bit onto the rim of the cup. So here we go, and a little bit of this onto the top of the cup. And after that I will leave this to dry so it gets sticky. And then I will be using my mirror gold. After a few hours it's been sticky, and now I'm using this mirror gold. So after doing that, as you can see, I've already put the rose flower that I made from the resin clay. So now I will be using the Vaseline again, and then I will be making another one. So if you want to see a detailed review on this UV resin clay, I have a video above here and I will link it so you can see how this clay actually works. So I tried this clay myself first time. I have so many ideas for this resin clay and it's going to be used in a lot of my projects like I'm using today. So I'm taking out the amount I want, and after that I will be closing it because it is after all a UV clay and we don't want it to be cured. So in this clay I will be adding a little bit of white mica powder. So this is actually a white pearl mica powder. So I'm taking a little bit of this mica powder, and after that I will be mixing my clay. And then a little bit of this alcohol ink. This is a lot. I will be taking this with my tissue paper. So this much is good, and then I will be mixing it. So this will turn into a lovely tea pink sort of color. So you can see that it's already showing the color. So everyone asking me that if you can mix color. So yeah, you can mix. So I also heard that there are ready-made colored clay also available, but I think this one is good. So in this way I can color them as I want them to be. So after mixing it, I am going to remove my gloves. So yeah, I'm going to make the rose flower. I cannot sculpt with wearing gloves. I can have to feel the clay in my hands. But I do use a cream. It's a hand barrier cream. And when I am sculpting with clay, so I will show you here the cream that I use when I am sculpting with clay. So it's actually an invisible gloves, as they say. So this is the one, and I use it in on my hands when I am sculpting. Again, I don't recommend you if you need to test it. It didn't react to my hands. So here I'm making the rose flower. I am splitting it into 3 and 5. So this is in this way I'm making the petals beforehand. So these are I have made the 3 petals, and then it's going to be the 5 petals. So I will be showing you how I will be arranging the petals. So first of all, I'm making the petals like this. So you make the petals before, and after that when you're arranging the flower, it's easy. And this is the bud, and onto the first layer it's going to be the 3 flowers, 3 petals in this way. So first layer is done, and now I'm going to make the 5 petals. So this is a small bud here. And before adding the other layer, I'm going to cure this under the UV light. So this is already cured, and you can see it's hard. And now it's going to be the second row. And same, I will be making 5 petals before. So I have made my 5 petals, and now I'm arranging it onto the flower here. So before closing the first one, you need to add the petal. So if you are interested in learning these miniature flowers, please do let me know, and I will show you a full video on how to make these. At the moment, I'm just roughly showing you that how I made the flower. And now I will be curing it under the UV light. So here we go, and this is how I arrange the flowers. So I made a small flower also. So I'm just taking them off and trying to arrange them again. So after arranging them, I will be doing a top coat. And with the help of my heat gun, I will be spreading the resin. So all in all, I'm just loving it how cute it looks like. So this is the final step, and after that I will leave this to cure, and I will see you next day, and we will see how this cup looks like. So this is the final look of the flower, and I added a little bit of pearls onto the side and the top of the cup. I just love this. It's beautiful. And yes, I got a little air bubble into the cup here, and this was my fear, but all in all, it turned out lovely. So I need some practice in making the shakers. So I think I did a good job here, a pretty good job. And you can see a little bit of movement in the cup here. Because of glycerine, the things were moving a little bit slow, but I had the movement, but the bubbles were disturbing me. Someday I might create a perfect shaker creation, but for now this is how it's done and made. But I'm quite happy about it, and I hope you like it. And if you did, please do let me know in comments, and also please like, subscribe and share. Thumbs up if you like the video, and if you haven't subscribed, please consider do so, and take good care of yourself. Bye bye.